First and foremost, softball. I saw that you went to an Adam Sandler show.
Oh my God.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. I wonder if there were dinosaurs in Michigan. Just hear me out. If you zoom in from the satellite, but it's definitely in just like a black void.
Justin Bieber is doing something right now. Like, what is he doing? Ew, how gross. How crazy.
That's what it is.
All right. You guys done talking about food?
Yeah.
You might think we're going to have a guest on today, but we don't. Robert's just sitting to the left of us.
We're trying to get him on, so maybe.
Maybe he'll...
Maybe after he eats.
Yeah. He's not himself when he's hungry.
Yeah.
You know, the Snickers.
Give him a Snickers bar.
Yeah. Episode 31. Yay, we flaked last week.
We're just flaking
Just
lately.
a bunch of flakers. It is.
I was damn close to flaking today.
Were you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say because me, Nita, and Josie and Kara are going out tonight. And I was like,
Shit.
"Ooh."
Yeah, we should have flaked this.
Whatever. Okie dokie. Let's get into facts from the last episode. There's fun ones in here. We were talking about sloths and what live in their fur. And I was right. Sloths are naturally solitary animals, but they are not all alone. In fact, sloths have an entire ecosystem living in their fur made up of different species of algae, fungi, moths, and insects.
Whole ass ecosystem. Dude.
Yeah, that's millions of organisms for company. It's crazy.
What?
Yeah, I guess they have a unique structure that involves microcracks, and the microcracks create perfect environments for algae and fungi to thrive.
That's like each sloth is like a planet.
Yeah. You know, like
You know what I mean?
like that one Dr. Seuss. Horton Hears a Who.
Oh yes.
Yeah, because like the little who's are living on the little pollen.
Oh my God, yeah, I love
You know?
that fucking movie.
Yeah, it's a good one. I love Dr. Seuss. Okay, so this
He's a rapist. No, I'm kidding. No.
Is he? I was gonna say no. Is he? Okay, that scared the shit
I
out
made
of me.
that up. No.
Okay.
But
More
these days, everything's like something.
More
everyone does
slander
something.
from our podcast. Turkey vultures weight. This is kind of embarrassing because I was like, that thing had to be 20 pounds. They weigh about 2.5, or no, they weigh about 3 pounds.
What? Vultures?
The turkey vultures that I was talking about.
Okay.
And I literally would have assumed like 20 pounds. I'm not kidding.
Well, how big are they? Like hands?
They average 2.5 feet tall with a 6-foot wingspan. But so
and they're 3 pounds.
And they're only 3 pounds. I know. This thing looked huge. But
yeah, 6 foot wingspan.
Mm-hmm.
Like they get up to that big.
Yeah, I guess that's what this is.
Damn.
So yeah.
How's that possible?
Yeah, so not heavy.
Made of feathers.
Not heavy, but yeah, right. Not heavy, but big. Why Muslims don't eat pork? So I looked up everywhere, like why don't they eat pork? Why don't they eat pork? And all that I could find is like what you were saying, how like they're a dirty animal,
Right.
and God is trying to protect us, like our health, by telling us not to eat it.
Right.
Because they'll eat anything that they walk by, like whatever. They don't care. They have no hygiene at all. So
there was nothing on the casting.
I didn't see the casting into the. Maybe I wasn't looking in the right places, but I didn't see that anywhere. But.
Sophia, you want nostalgia pizza?
Nostalgia pizza's
Excuse me,
good.
guys. My brother's asking me what I want for dinner. Yeah, I do want nostalgia pizza.
Dude, order Oliver's, dog.
Where? On Romeo Plank?
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Okay. Yeah,
Pepperoni, banana peppers.
sure. And do they have salad there? Yeah, let's do that too.
I guess this little conversation. Rob was listening to our conversation about the pork.
Hog. Pepperoni. Everything on a hog with steel. Remember when Skip said that?
No.
Or, Shannon?
No, I never heard him say that.
Shannon was talking about eating bacon. Skip goes, you don't put that in your body. He goes, I eat everything on a hog but the squeal.
Okay.
The squeal as in like his voice. Oh, the tail.
That's a
That's
squeal?
what that's called?
I would have thought that was like the
I'm
nose.
thinking squeal like the noise he makes. Like I eat everything on the hog except the noise he makes.
Right. Yeah.
Squeal because they squeal.
Yeah. Okay, so I looked up if it's
Maybe he's saying skin. I ate everything on the hog except skin.
You're distracting my podcast host, Robert. We were talking about sleeping on the side and how like my grandma would tell me to sleep on the left side and then she would stir a pot somewhere far away, whatever, make me feel better. So I looked up if it's true that it helps like your gut if you sleep on your left side, and it does.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Which side is best to sleep on? There's a bunch of like ways. So during pregnancy, sleeping on your left side is recommended. If you experience heartburn, sleeping on your left side is recommended. If you have heart failure, naturally choose to sleep on the right side to avoid sleeping on the left side. Yeah, so I guess it's the rumors are true. It is good to sleep on your left side if you have any digestive issues. Noah's Ark. So you said that they found Noah's Ark.
Yeah.
Not true.
Okay.
The National Geographic.com posted about this in 2010, but then they had editor's notes afterwards. It says National Geographic published this article in which a group called Noah's Ark Ministries International claimed that they may have found remains of Noah's Ark at Mount Ararat. These claims were not based on credible archaeological evidence. So they thought they did, they said they did, but there's no proof that they did.
Well, yeah, I didn't, because if they found Noah's Ark,
right,
then we're like, okay,
that'd be crazy.
That'd be like religion's fucking legit.
That's real, yeah.
You know
that's
what I mean?
real.
Then,
yeah.
So I kind of knew they didn't actually find the actual Ark, but like more so.
You want to know what's confusing
there was like
about
a stone or some shit, isn't it? Like it's not even like a wooden like ship. Like they didn't find.
It's not like an actual. He didn't make an actual ship. It was like something else. You're saying?
No, I'm saying like because the article I read, it was like a stone like cutout. It was almost like the absence of.
Oh, the ship.
The ship.
Gotcha.
You
like
know
it was like a fossil of the ship.
Yeah,
okay.
something like that. I don't know.
Gotcha.
Yeah, was that recent?
That was the one I just read was from 2010, so that's like 13 years ago. So I don't know.
I saw something recent.
Oh, so yeah.
But I don't know. You know how Instagram is. Maybe someone pulled something up,
right?
And it's from God knows when. You know.
Yeah. But okay, the thing we always talk about religion. I feel like it's just like a constant conversation of ours. But what's confusing about religion to me is like Jesus and like all his disciples and everything. Those were real people, right? Like those were real people.
Yeah.
So, like, the stories from before Jesus, like, are those real? You know what I'm saying? Like, Noah's Ark. Like, that was before Jesus, right?
Yeah.
So, like, are those stories real? You know, I don't know what
do you mean
like,
real?
okay, so with Jesus, like, I think it's confirmed, like, he was a real person. We don't know if he was the Son of God, right? Like, he lived on earth.
Everyone agrees that Jesus existed.
Existed, right.
Not Jesus, but the Jesus.
Jesus, yeah. So we all agree on that, but like Noah's Ark.
Do people agree that Noah
like
exists,
that actually happened?
Well,
where it rained for 40 days and some guy built the ship and took, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just.
Well, I guess it depends on who you talk to, because if you're talking about the three major religions, they all believe that story.
That's true. Got it.
Like they all. I used to know more, or, you know, I kind of fell off on like learning about it, but obviously it all stems from like Abraham. They call him like the father of religion. You know, he had his kids, and so it's like all the stories are the same. And then there was like the Jewish people,
right?
And then Jesus came, who was a Jew.
Yeah.
And then like half the Jews believed like the Jews were waiting for the Messiah.
Yeah, so some converted,
so half
some didn't.
were like, this is the Messiah.
Right.
And then the other ones were like, no, that ain't him.
Yeah.
You know? So then boom, now Christianity's built or whatever from Jesus. And then so even Muslims believe everything up until that point. There's one thing, Muslims, I think I said this before, Muslims don't believe Jesus was actually killed.
Okay.
Like we believe he didn't die on the cross.
Oh.
He was risen, like not risen. He was like brought to heaven before he died.
Okay.
Like God was like, all right, like come on, but he never got killed, right? And then like Muslims believe God is gonna send Jesus to kill the Antichrist or whatever you want to call it.
Whoa.
So that's where like the major difference is. So then, okay, so anyways, my point is, everyone believes everything all three major religions believe everything up until Jesus.
Right.
Then Jesus comes. Then it's only
the
Muslims and the Christians who believe Jesus, whatever, with a little minor, you know, which that is a big detail because like Christians believe Jesus died for your sins.
You're right.
Where we're like,
no, yeah,
didn't die.
Yeah,
know what I mean?
Exactly.
And then then Muhammad is the final messenger.
Okay.
That's what Muslims believe, which
Right.
obviously Christians don't believe that.
Mhm.
You know? Yeah, so it's weird to me too. Like, yeah, the Jews are still waiting for their Messiah.
Yeah, that is interesting. That
Like,
is
what, Muhammad
interesting.
and Jesus weren't good enough for you? You couldn't follow one of them too?
Yeah, I know. Like, come on. Come on.
So-
Yeah, no. Yeah, but you get what I'm saying? Like, so we all believe that. Like, is that, so do we think that actually happened? You know, like, sometimes I think that they're just fables and, like, just, like, stories.
Yeah.
Like, you know, so, like, who knows? But, yeah, okay. Anyway. Princess Diana. So, Nicolette texted us that the reason Albanians loved her so much is because she had a really good relationship with Mother Teresa. And
Makes
there's like a
sense.
bunch of articles on it and like pictures of them together, and like Mother Teresa really
Yeah.
liked Princess Diana.
Makes so much sense.
Yeah, yeah.
That all Albanians love
Princess Diana because
yeah.
of that
Because
reason.
of that
Yeah,
specifically.
yeah.
Albanians are, if you do something for Albanians, they love you forever. Like Clinton, Bill
Mhm.
Clinton.
Uh-huh.
Albanians love fucking Bill Clinton,
Yeah.
you know? And then Hillary got the after effects by it from the
Yikes.
Albanians.
Yeah. Why is 13 unlucky? You randomly were like, and yeah, what about the number 13? And then like we didn't talk about it at all. All you said
I
was
say
like,
that?
you were like, yeah, what about that number 13? Anyway, blah, 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 blah.
I don't get it. Why would I say that?
Because we were talking about something. We were talking
Friday
about,
the 13th.
we were talking about superstitions or something, and we said Friday the 13th. And you're like, what's up with that number? So I looked it up because I was
Okay.
interested. The number may be associated with some famous but undesirable dinner guests. In Norse mythology, the god Loki was the 13th to arrive at the feast in Valhalla, where he tricked another attendee into killing the god Balder. In Christianity, Judas, the apostle who betrayed Jesus, was the 13th guest at the Last Supper.
He showed up late because he was scheming.
Yeah, right. But the truth is, can associate bad luck with any number. When the conditions are favorable, a rumor or superstition generates its own reality, snowballing like an urban legend as it rolls down the same hill. In Japan, 9 is unlucky, probably because it sounds similar to the Japanese word for suffering. In Italy, it's 17. In China, 4 sounds like death, and it's more actively avoided in everyday life than 13 is in Western culture, including a willingness to pay higher fees to avoid it in a cell phone number. Whoa. So, like, people will pay more money to avoid the number 4 in their cell phone number.
Really?
Yeah, in China.
Damn, I have it in mind.
And though 666 is considered lucky in China, many Christians around the world associate with an evil beast described in the biblical book of Revelation. So, yeah. But it makes sense to me why, for Christians at least, like why number 13 is unlucky. Isn't it crazy that like elevators or floors in hotel rooms, like there's no level 13, it just skips
Is
it?
that true?
A lot of places, yeah.
A lot of hotels. I'm sure there's hotels
Yeah.
with the 13th floor.
For sure, probably
Right.
nowadays too, but like I remember seeing like elevators without the number 13. Yeah, because it's
That's
unlucky. Yeah. Okay, so we were talking a lot about.
What about if you're on the 14th floor? You're like, fuck, I'm actually
Technically,
on the 13th.
I'm on the 13th,
You know?
right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like we're not fooling anyone. I'm
Yeah, yeah.
still on the 13th floor. Yeah. So we were talking about the line of succession for the royal family and who would become the prince or the king next. And so it's the Prince of Wales, which is William, and then Prince George, which is William's son, then Princess Charlotte, which I thought it was going to be the next son, but Princess Charlotte is older. Then Prince Louis, and then the Duke of Sussex, which is Prince Harry. So I guess he still can be
But it just
the
takes
king.
a minute.
Oh yeah, I mean all these people would have to
Yeah,
die,
yeah.
knock on wood. So, I mean, I don't think he wants it anyway.
Mhm.
So that's okay.
I don't want it. He doesn't want to be king like Jon Snow.
Yeah, right. So annoying.
Yeah, just
So
be
fucking
king, bro.
annoying. Yeah. We were talking about, or Dom told us, texted us in a group chat and said, ask Rob about the shoe, the superstition with the putting on your left shoe first.
Okay.
And I asked Robert, and he was like, oh, it's because the day he got hurt at softball, you and Dom were giving him shit about how he was like tying his left shoe first or putting on his left shoe first.
I do not remember that.
Yeah, or maybe just Dom was. I don't know. And then that day at softball, he got hurt.
Oh my god.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
But that's what. Remember, I said it on the last episode. I said I put my right sock on first.
Yeah.
My right like everything. Yeah, try to do everything first.
Yeah.
With the right.
yeah. Isn't that nuts?
But I don't remember having that conversation with Rob. That's
Maybe it was
crazy.
just Dom. I don't
Maybe
know.
it was just Dom.
But yeah, that day he got hurt.
Fuck.
Yeah. I was just thinking, like, while I was Googling all these facts, I'm like, my Google history, like, I'm sure my FBI agent in my phone's like, what does this bitch like? Like, she's looking up the most random
Where's her
stuff.
head going?
Yeah,
Like,
like
why is she
every different week, I just pick something new.
Dude, same shit. What did I Google the other day? I thought about it. I was like, this would be good on the podcast, but I don't think we should go down this road again. But I literally was driving, and I was like, I wonder if there were dinosaurs in Michigan.
Oh, my God.
So, right?
Yeah.
So I Google, I'm like, were there dinosaurs in Michigan? Because I'm thinking, like, the Great Lakes.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
what a badass spot to be.
Yeah.
You know? You got all
Yeah.
Because you remember the, what were those dinosaur movies? The Littlefoot.
So
What's,
cute.
what are they called?
When the mom died or something.
Neverland? No, not Neverland.
No, let me look them up. Tusha used to have them on VHS, and I would always watch them
God, I
at her
love
house.
those movies. With Littlefoot.
I think it's called Littlefoot.
No, it's not called
The Land Before Time.
The Land Before Time. So, like, they're traveling to find water in one of the movies.
Right.
Right? Like, there's like a drought and shit.
Uh-huh.
And then, and I was just thinking the Great Lakes. Like, dude, you're surrounded by it. You know what I mean?
It's peninsula.
So, anyway, so I look it up, and there was very few. Like,
Really?
I think they found, like, since they found, like, a bunch of articles were saying there was, like, no dinosaurs in Michigan.
Okay.
And then there was, like, one where they found, like, a fossil here or, like, so either there was none or very, very, very little.
Okay, this might be a really dumb question, but was Pangea a thing at that time, or was it still?
Oh, right. Who knows? When dinosaurs were around?
Yeah.
Was Pangea legit?
Was it still?
Yeah, Pangea. How sick is Pangea, though?
It's so crazy. That's
Fucking
not.
loved, I loved learning about that.
Me
I remember
too.
when I learned about that.
That's not a theory, right? Or is that a theory?
I think that's real. That's real.
It's a law. You know.
Yeah, not a law. I think it's just.
No, there's theories and there's laws. Like if there's a theory, and then if you can prove it, that becomes a law.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or can it just be a fact?
I mean, it can be, but in science, I believe, like the law of, think of a law.
The law of content.
I almost said
the
gravity.
Law of combined continents.
No, but theory versus law. Let me just Google.
I know what you mean, but would that be considered? I don't think that's a law because it's not like wouldn't a law be like something like reacting to something, like the way fire reacts to when oxygen is added to it. Like the law would be, it expands or whatever.
Let me look up examples of laws in science because I cannot think of a single one. Okay, so like there's the Big Bang Theory, Hubble's law of cosmic expansion, Kepler's law of planetary motion, universal law of gravitation.
Yeah, I was going to say the law of gravity.
Newton's law of motion.
Listen, I believe in gravity.
No, I know. But
there's more to it. Is what I'm saying.
God. How funny was that video I sent? Where you
funny
were like,
as fuck, dude.
So
funny.
Back in 2019, I recorded vlogs, and I edited vlogs, and I would post them monthly. And in May of 2019, there was a legit 2-second clip of Samir saying,
it was only that 2-second clip. I thought you cut it.
No, that was it. And then I just went into the next thing.
Oh.
Yeah. So we're at a bonfire, and it's like it starts to get quiet. Samir's like, I don't want to talk now. Everyone's quiet. And then we're like, well, I just say. Let me just fucking play it. I don't want to.
Well, everyone was looking at me. I don't like that.
Yeah.
There's like fucking 15 people around. Like, carry on with your conversations. You know?
Carry on. Okay, listen to this.
I don't want everybody listening.
What?
Damn,
Why are you saying?
Okay, I was saying I'm not a flat earther. But
Tommy.
I was dying.
It's so
I was
funny.
fucking dying. Dude.
That could be like
everyone says what you say before, but
But-
doesn't
count.
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Doesn't count.
I was just like, that could be a TikTok sound 100%.
Yeah, for
like,
sure.
That was so fucking funny. I was looking at a bunch of videos from that time, and I was like, what a fucking year.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure every year would feel like that if I like continued to do it. You know, I'd go back to like, oh my God, what a time. But there was like video of me and Nanta just like doing random stuff, and I'm like, I had the level of responsibilities that I had at that time were so
minuscule.
low. I didn't nothing. I just I
feel like that's how it feels. Like, because I was doing the same shit I was in
Right.
2019.
Yeah.
But when I look back, I'm like,
yeah.
like carefree. Had
Yeah.
so much. No, it's the same thing now, but we just put this pressure on ourselves, I think, or like.
Yeah, I have a big girl job now, so that at that time I didn't,
Right.
you know, and like I was just like living my life. I would get to work at 12, leave work at like 5, like
Yeah, fuck
you
yeah.
know, like just straight
It's a
chilling.
dream.
Yeah, it really is. I miss that. If anyone wants to hire me as their Pilates studio receptionist, give me a call. Okay, we have to do a recap because I feel like we had a big few 2 weeks here. First and foremost, softball
Yes.
has returned. You know, I'm kind of happy that we didn't record because we wouldn't have been able to, like, not because we would have talked about it the week after,
Leading
so
up
I
to it?
guess
Oh.
whatever. But we fucking got 2-0.
Like it would say, yeah, 2-0.
2
Hell yeah.
games. That was so exciting.
So much fun when you win.
It's so much fun. Even from like our standpoint,
Yeah.
you know, it was so much fun. You guys did
Because
so
you're
well.
not there cheering for a bunch of losers.
Yeah,
Like
it's
usual.
true. Yeah.
know? Well, we've won with you guys
Yeah,
there.
yeah. But usually you guys have, I don't think you've ever won both games.
Yeah. It's been a while, I think. Like we've won both
Mhm.
games, but like maybe like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Or 4, you know.
Yeah, I
It's
heard-
very rare.
I heard that this is the first year that you've ever started 2-0 though.
That might be true.
That's what
That might be
I
true.
heard from Johnny. So
I remember we've started 1-1, and like we were happy about that. We're like, all right,
yeah,
good start, you
Yeah.
know, for us at least. But yeah, 2-0, it's a big deal.
it's a big deal. You guys all did so well. You know, somebody told me to say, okay, when I'm there, first of all, I'm so obnoxious. Like I know I am.
I love it though.
But you know, it's what gets you guys going. It gets me going. I get excited, and I think it really impacts the team. So I'm going to continue to do so. But I know the other team probably thinks, like, who do these people hang out with?
Yeah.
You know, because
Right.
I'm so obnoxious, you know.
Yeah, but I love it. It really, I know I said it that night, but it makes such a difference, I think, when you girls all show up.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, not even, okay, so it was like all you girls came, and then, like, so Rob couldn't play, but he came.
Yeah.
Nick couldn't play, but he came.
Yeah.
And was that it? Were those
I
only
think
2
so.
injured players?
Yeah.
So, like, it felt like a party.
Yeah. No, I know. I was.
You know what I mean? Like, I'd come in the dugout, and I'm like, come talk to you guys for a second. You know what I mean? Or, like, Nicolette's passing out cookies or whatever. And then, like, you guys are, you know, it was Beto's birthday, too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you guys are cutting the birthday cake. It was just like,
Yeah.
obviously, that's not going to happen every fucking
No,
week.
but yeah. But usually.
But, like, it was like a gathering, a fun event. Everyone was there. And then I think it helps, like, everyone's in a good mood.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like,
It's not so serious, but it's also like you want to you want to show off, but like
yeah, it's like one of those things, like, if you go to a party and there's no girls there, the party sucks.
right, yeah.
You
yeah,
know?
yeah. There's
Even
no,
if you're married or taken or single, like, all those guys are fucking married and
Yeah.
have kids. But it's just like a mental thing
Yeah.
with guys.
Yeah.
I think, like, and I'm not even saying they're playing better because of it, but their mental is better.
Yeah.
You know, they feel better.
yeah, definitely. I totally understand that. When we were, I fucking hate talking about cheer because I feel like I talk about it too much, but I'm just gonna say it.
No, good.
When we were in cheer, we would train our parents how to cheer for us to be in the stands. Like we would have a day where their parents would come into practice and be like, okay, this is where you're gonna start screaming your head off, and then this is where you're gonna like be really quiet, and then this is where you're gonna do.
No shit.
We literally would we would choreograph it so that like when we were out there, it was at the perfect time, so our energy was up at the perfect times, and then we would come down and we'd be
Is
calm.
that competitions?
Yeah, for
Wow,
four
wow.
competitions.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, softball was so fun, and I was just like thinking on the way there. I love how we eventize everything. Like everything is a big thing to us, you know.
Yeah.
And I think that it like says a lot about like our character and how like we can make the most out of like whatever
simplest
situation.
thing.
Yeah, the simplest thing. Like as long as we're together, it sounds so cheesy, but it's so fun.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
matter. It's so much fun. Like yeah, it's the most. It's like heartwarming too. But
Mm.
yeah, we'll keep you guys posted
And
on.
you guys are gonna keep coming.
yeah,
Right?
Well,
Okay,
and
good.
especially if you guys keep winning, you know.
You guys are
And-
gonna want to keep coming.
exactly. So we'll keep you guys posted on
We
the.
played. That was the best, honestly, we've ever played.
I was nervous about that second
In 2
team
games. Yeah.
because there was 3 players on there that I was like, those guys are
You
good.
could yeah, but you know another thing, it's like it's like when you go to a basketball court and then the guy got like compression shorts on and he got like a sleeve
Yeah.
and a headband.
The
Like
way he looked.
looks like he might play basketball.
Yeah.
But he might suck.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying they suck.
No,
they
no.
were good.
Mm-hmm.
But like they had baseball pants on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they had like you know what I mean? They had that that white boy
that look to
baseball
them.
look to
Yeah.
them. Like they look like they fucking played baseball.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
Which they were batting really good, but they couldn't field for shit.
Mm-mm,
I
they
don't know,
couldn't
that
at
was,
all.
like, weird.
Yeah. It was funny because so the bases were loaded. It was the last inning. And I think that you guys did the top, they did the bottom of the innings, I think, maybe.
We were home, so we were at the bottom.
Oh, you guys were at the bottom. Okay, so it was the top of the inning then, and the top of the last inning, and it was about to be the end of the game, and the bases were loaded for them, and then they had 2 outs, and then a guy that walked up, they were all like so pumped that he was walking up because he was their best batter, and do you remember that the whole game we were like, what kind of pants does that guy have on? Like we could not figure out the material of his pants, you know? So
the jeans guy.
Yeah. No, this is
They
not.
look like jeans. The pitcher.
Yeah, yeah.
The second pitcher.
Yeah, yeah. But this isn't about him. This isn't about him.
The whole time I'm looking at his pants, like, are those jeans?
Are those jeans? Yeah. So this pitcher had jeans on. They weren't jeans, but they looked like he had.
Right.
They were jeans. He said.
Were they jeans? Because I'm thinking like maybe they're like.
No, because we
stretched.
asked him and we said, what kind of pants are you wearing? Are those jeans? And he was like, yeah, I came from work or something like that.
Okay, that's
yeah,
funny,
I believe.
They had like paint on them and shit. So
yeah.
They definitely came.
So we asked him, and then it was like a funny thing, you know. And then that batter comes up, and I was like, oh man, I don't want him to do good. And I think he had 2 strikes or something, or he did something, whatever. And I was like, because he seemed good, so I was just like, well, what kind of pants are you wearing, or something like that.
Yeah.
And he fucking buffed it, like he did so bad.
He fouled twice.
He fouled twice, I think, and then
which is an out.
Yeah.
Though in softball.
Okay, so
like our softball 2 fouls, you're out.
Okay, so then I guess that's what happened. Yeah. And I was like, oh, did that work? I was like, oh my God. And I literally was like, I'm going to take that one. I'm taking that win right there. But yeah, no, that was fun. We'll keep you guys posted on the Eagles, American Eagles, and Albanian Eagles. For all those that aren't Albanian on the team. I saw that you went to an Adam Sandler show.
Yeah, random.
You weren't expecting to go?
No, my cousin hit me up like the day before or like 2 days before, and he's like, do you like Adam Sandler? And I was wondering, like, usually when you ask someone that, you're like, okay, like, you don't say, do you like the Pistons?
Right.
You're asking because you're to go to the game.
Yeah.
He's like, do you like Adam Sandler? And I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, I love Adam Sandler, you know? And he's like, I got tickets to his show.
Okay.
Coming to Little Caesars Arena.
Oh, big.
I'm like, oh, okay, sweet. I'm like, yeah, let me know. I'm like, I'm down, you know? He's like, okay, cool. He's like, come. So I get home and I'm like, oh, I'm going to watch Adam Sandler do stand-up comedy and whatever. And then Nicolette's like, he does like music though. It's going to be like a concert. And I'm like, I was just so confused.
Yeah, it is confusing.
I like looked it up. I'm like,
what's he doing?
yeah, because I was like, I don't think he does stand-up. That's why I was like confused when he said he has a show.
Yeah.
You know? So whatever, but he had like badass seats. You know, my cousin Benny.
Yeah, it
we were,
looked
like,
really
fucking 7th row.
You guys were really close.
And, like, you know, Little Caesars. We're like, there's people fucking
far back,
1,000 feet back,
right?
You know?
Yeah,
and it was fucking hilarious, dude. It was like stand up though.
But he just had some like things in between.
Yeah, and then other people. There was a bunch of people there. I'm horrible with names, even with people I like. I fucking forget their names.
Yeah.
But David Spade wasn't there, but the guy from King of Queens was there.
Okay. Fuck.
Paul Blart.
Yeah, I know.
Mall Cop.
What's his name? Kevin. Spade?
Kevin,
No, nope. That's another.
It is Kevin though. Either way, he was there. Some black guy who I didn't know was from Detroit.
Okay.
And he was wearing like a Detroit cap, and they said like, oh, like his hometown, whatever. But he just like walked out on stage and like said what up and like dipped.
Okay.
Nicolette knows his name, so we could clarify that next week. Who's a short guy? He's in. Who else is best friends with Adam Sandler? He was the guy. He was hippopotamus.
Oh, what's his name? Why isn't he in this? He is in this. Okay, but Kevin James is that
Kevin
one
James,
guy's name. Where is he? Hippopotamus? Yeah,
You give him the easy ones.
from Big Daddy.
Yeah.
Rob Schneider.
Rob Schneider.
There
Yeah,
we
I was gonna
go.
say Schwimmer,
Yeah.
even though I knew it wasn't that. But yeah, Rob Schneider. Yeah.
Rob
See, that's
Schneider.
what I mean. Like, I know the fucking guy's name.
Yeah.
It's horrible with it.
Yeah.
Um.
Wow, those are all such great people.
Yeah, dude.
How fun.
It was honestly hilarious.
Yeah.
Like.
So what was the like setup? So they had. Did they do stand up, or it was kind of just like them riffing off of each other?
When we got in there, there was somebody like actually doing stand up and we didn't know. We heard them say his name, and we were like, okay, we got time. Let's go get a drink.
Right.
Because we're like, we don't know who he is, so who cares? So when we came back, then Schneider was up. He was doing literal stand-up,
Okay.
like actual stand-up, maybe 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Then he called Adam Sandler out. There was like 6 guitars set up, ready, like to go. So then now Adam Sandler's doing stand-up for 30 minutes. Then he would like break out into singing out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Go back to stand-up.
Okay.
Call somebody out for like 5 minutes with him, and they would like whatever, riff raff, whatever.
Yeah.
And then maybe the last 20 minutes it was like kind of all him singing, playing the guitar. And,
Was he good?
or
was it just like
he sings pretty well.
Really?
And Rob Schneider's voice.
Really?
Rob Schneider came out to do a song like the voice of an angel.
Oh my gosh.
Unbelievably good, like actually a singer.
Unexpected.
Yeah. Adam Sandler was more like comedic singing, where it was still like a good voice.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Yeah, I love that group, man.
Yeah.
Like, I wish that I could have, okay, so how we do a celebrity dinner party? Like, I wish I could have 2 celebrity dinner parties and just have, like, them as my guest.
Right.
Like, that would be so much fun.
Yeah.
I don't want them to all be my guests because, like, that's a waste of a dinner party. But imagine how much fun they would be.
Yeah.
They just remind me of my uncles. They remind me of my daya so much. Even in the movies, like, how sarcastic they are to one another. Ugh, I just love it so much. I think that they're amazing. And I love
it's
that.
It's awesome because they're so, like, chill, kind of,
Yeah. Yeah. I think
they're not Hollywood.
No, they're not Hollywood at all.
They're in their own lane.
Yeah, exactly. They 100%. And even like Chris Rock, who is kind of like Hollywood, but he's still not because he's associated with them, in my opinion. Like something about that. I think it was so Adam Sandler just received the Mark Twain Award. Do you know it's for like comedy? Dave Chappelle received it like 2 years ago or something. So I think Adam Sandler received it this year, and all of them did a speech at this award ceremony, whatever, and they were all just telling stories like about how they met Adam. And I think Chris Rock was saying he was just started doing comedy, and he was just saying how chill Adam was, and he was like, when you want to hang out with somebody, you want to seem cool, like you to like approach them, and Adam just came up to me and he was like, want to go hang out? And like he didn't even think about it twice, and then like ever since then
Chris Rock.
They've been friends. Yeah,
that's dope.
I'm like, that is so cool.
Love Adam Sandler, man.
Yeah.
And he did like a tribute the last like 10 minutes of but apparently Adam Sandler's been doing these shows since like the fucking 90s.
Oh, really?
Like
with the music and stuff?
With the music and his stand-ups would be like half stand-up, half music. He's been doing it like that. And he's always brought his friends on stage. Like there's pictures were going throughout the show. Like, or say he's telling a joke about fucking farting. Like an old lady farting, say. Like on the screen would be like an animation of like an old lady like farting.
Right.
So that was like going on the whole night. And then there was like one one song he was singing or whatever. And then it was like all like him and these same guys and all of his other friends, like Spade and whatever, a bunch of other people. And it'd be like old ass pictures of them hanging out like 25, 30 years ago. So it's just crazy. Like that long.
They've been friends that long.
Yeah. And then, but the last 20 minutes or the last song he did was a tribute to that comedian that passed away.
Oh, Norm
No, not
him.
him.
No, his friend. What's his name, Robert?
The big one.
The big one.
The one that was on the
from
the
SNL.
bus.
You want some?
Yeah, from SNL. Yep. Who's the comedian? The white guy, the chubby one, the fat one. He was the bus driver for Billy Madison. Chris Farley. Yeah. And it was literally like I was getting emotional.
Yeah.
How sad it was.
The way they talk about him.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I think he died of a heart attack. What?
You know who else was there? You know who else was at the Adam Sandler show? The one guy who does the no, not that guy. Not that guy from Waterboy. It was one of the fuck, dude. It was another one.
The guy with the eye?
Guy from Big Daddy. Who's the guy?
The guy with the eye? Oh.
Who's the big one? The tall big guy.
Yeah. The one that was in Grown Ups and
Madison.
he was playing basketball against him in Grown Ups?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Him.
I love that guy. Yeah.
What role did he play? Yeah, Crazy Eye. The guy. No, not the bum. Not the bum. He's not a bum. He just has a Crazy Eye. Yeah, he was there too. but he didn't like say anything. He just came out and like waved.
Oh.
So that's what like they're just on tour together,
And they're just like he's just
and he's
bringing
just
everyone
chilling with them.
It's because of Adam Sandler that
That's
they
what I
all
mean,
have
like-
like number one have their careers, but also like are still so close and
Right. Well, I'll give him some credit in case they're listening.
yeah, whatever. They know
He's the
it.
only reason they're fucking somewhat successful. But I was thinking like that guy, because I was like, he came on stage just to wave, and like, but he came to Detroit.
Yeah.
Like he came on the, like he either flew out here with them or
Yeah.
whatever, and, like had nothing to do. And I could literally picture like Adam Sandler being like, all right, thanks for coming here. It's like $10K. Like,
Yeah, you know,
know?
or just like paying for his trip and then like maybe giving. Yeah, for sure. I think he would do that too.
because it was just sweet to see.
What's his net worth?
Adam Sandler's?
Yeah.
Oh, it's got to be over. I'm gonna say it's over 200 million.
Okay, I'm gonna look it up.
I'm gonna say over 150 for sure.
Oh, for sure. Did he have any stories or anecdotes about Detroit at all? Did he talk about Detroit? No.
Not at all.
I hate that. I love when people have like anecdotes and shit
Right.
about.
Dude, I wouldn't be able to fucking tell you one joke.
Yeah. Okay, so Sandler has an estimated net worth of $420 million in 2020 and signed a new four movie
Netflix.
deal with Netflix for $250 million.
Damn. Yeah. There you go. So it's damn near 700 million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, we love Adam Sandler. Big fans over here. If Adam wants to come on, ew. If
Well, I
Adam,
wanted you to get the sniffing.
if Adam wants to come on the show, we'll take him as a guest. Anyway, moving on.
Oh, what else? What else did we do? Sorry, we're moving on to what else we did, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rollerblading.
Yep, I was gonna bring that up
Yeah.
because I just fucking.
You have
noticed
your.
I got blood coming through my sock again.
You got blisters.
Yeah, my left blister popped. I got a blister on this side, exact same spot, but it's like
Oh my god.
it's staying strong.
We went rollerblading for Beatrice's birthday. I feel like we've been wanting to do that, and then we went. And there was like 4 of us that were out there the whole time. You, Robert, me, and Beatrice. Liz too, I think.
Yeah.
We were just like skating our asses off, and everyone else was like taking breaks.
Yeah.
You
I
know?
was trying to be out there, dude. I
Yeah.
fucking loved it.
It was
I
fun.
was pissed when I took my skates off because I was like, "Is everybody done?"
Right. And no, and
And
we
everyone's
weren't.
like, "Yeah, we're done. I'm like, "All right, cool." Hey, if you hump me one more fucking time, get down, get down, you horny bastard.
Just for you, I swear.
I know it's crazy. He loves me. When his arms are like strong, like
Archie's.
at first when he like wrapped his arms, I'm like, he locked those arms in. I'm like, but I looked, I'm like, he's not humping though the first time.
Yeah.
And then I saw him start going like this. I'm like, oh god.
He's very strong.
Ejaculate on
He
my
has
fucking arm.
He has strong legs. He has strong teeth. Like he's very strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But yeah, so we
it
went
was just funny how they
rollerblading.
locked up like that. Like, you didn't even know. But
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was so much fun, and like the only time I wasn't sweating was when I was out there and like there was wind going through my hair and shit.
Yes.
And then I would stop and I would sweat. I'm like,
Sweat.
I'm just gonna go back out because at this point this is uncomfortable, you
Right.
know. But we had some falls, and to be honest, when people fall, like it's so bad. But my initial instinct is to laugh. I
100%.
cannot help it. Like I am notorious for it. Like every time someone's gotten hurt ever, I'm just like. I'm fucking cracking my ass up.
did you
Like,
get anybody on video falling or not?
no, I didn't.
Fuck.
But Dom and Beta were right in front of me, and like I saw the whole thing happen, and I just started bursting out laughing. And
Missed
Beta
that.
Beta didn't even see Dom, but then like heard it, and then heard me laugh, and that's what made her laugh because I was like peeing my pants,
He
you
was
know.
in pain.
Yeah, and then I didn't realize it was like that bad, you know.
Yeah.
But regardless,
That floor is hard as
it's
shit.
hard, yeah. So Dom gets off, and then me and Beta are going around a few times, and then Beta loses her balance, and bro, I don't know how she didn't get hurt because the way her like body whipped it, and then just like her legs flew right from underneath her, and I was peeing my pants yet again. Every time someone fell, I was just like crying, laughing. Luckily, I don't know how I didn't fall, but
yeah, I didn't fall either. Thank
Yeah,
God,
I was
dude.
very,
Because I
very
was thinking,
thankful.
I'm like, this floor is fucking.
it's
crazy
hard. If I
dude.
fall, I'm gonna be sad. Yeah.
And then like especially when you're trying to go fast and you're like, if I fall now, it's gonna fucking hurt like a
Yeah.
bitch.
Yeah.
But me and Rob's the only person I saw fall.
Yeah. It was
But,
loud
like,
as fuck.
I did the thing where like you tried to pretend not to notice.
No. Why'd you do that?
Because like we
Why?
were turning and like I had gotten in front of him at this point. So I didn't like physically see him fall.
But from like the corner of your
But I
eye.
could like feel him fall, and I heard him. So like I like turned. No, that's the thing. I didn't even turn. I just waited till I got to the next turn to like look and see him because like, I was trying to pretend not to know. Like I didn't want to be like.
Meanwhile, when Beta fell and I was like in the same exact position, I was just like,
I should have fucking
laughing.
That shit.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
But I was like cracking up though, like laughing like to myself, kind of. You know?
'Cause it's so funny. It's so funny. I wonder what triggers us to laugh like that, rather than be like, "Are you okay?"
Right.
But like when my mom fell through the table down here, do you know about that story?
I know the. No.
Okay, so
I've heard it.
So we're down here. We're watching a movie. It's me, Nicolette, Beta, Josie, and Liz, and my
They were
mom.
all here.
All of them. Yeah, they're all here.
Okay.
And my mom is sitting on my left side over here, and she wants to get to the right corner right over here. And she stands up, and she's walking over the ottomans. The glass table is in the middle of them, and she loses her balance. So as she loses her balance, and her foot goes onto the glass table, and it just right through it instantly, like right through the glass table.
Oh my god.
And first of all, I'm like, well, why would you, like, my first thought was like, why would you walk
Across.
Yeah, like, why didn't you just, she's like walking.
She's trying to be young, like a little slumber party.
Yeah,
it seems like you guys are having.
Exactly, yeah. And then, so she falls through, and then it's scary because there's glass through the table, and then her foot went through the table, so she probably like stepped on glass, whatever it may have been. Yeah. So my first instinct's like, and then I was like, oh fuck, my giggles are coming. So I'm like, I'm gonna go upstairs and grab stuff, and then I went upstairs, and I like, as I'm grabbing like the first aid kit, I'm like dying laughing, and I'm like walking out of my parents' room. My dad's like, what happened? And so I had to tell him, and he's crying laughing because like I think I get it from my dad. Like we instantly both laugh when something like that happens. But she was fine in the end. And then somebody, as I would come back down, says, our table, it's broken, and I'm like, oh my god, that's fucking hilarious. And it was like when
Did
that.
anybody else laugh? Or no, they were all like, "Oh my god."
No, I don't know. I don't think. I think like everyone initially was like, "Are you okay?" Whatever. And then,
did she have a cut on her foot? Or
yeah, but it
anything?
actually was not bad at all. I think it like sliced her toe a little bit, but like nothing. It
That's
could have been a
hilarious.
lot worse. It could have been a lot
for
worse
sure.
for sure. Yeah, but rollerblading was really fun, and then we played horse race, and then this was the first time I ever won.
And you were winning like every fucking.
Yeah, I was fucking killing
every
it.
horse was
I
winning.
think that I didn't win one round.
Oh, what? Wasn't I supposed to send someone money?
No, I think I got it.
Or did I get?
I don't know if you guys figured it out, but
I
you
can't
guys sent
remember
me
what we did.
$20, and then Dre sent me $10.
Right.
Remember when I was like, but shouldn't I get $50?
You finally. You
I
understood, though?
finally
You get it,
was
right?
like, God, I'm so fucking. Then I sat down and I was like thinking about it. I'm like,
On your own, like by yourself.
no, because I was thinking about it, and then I was like, I'm so fucking stupid.
That's why I was trying to clear. I
I'm
wasn't trying to like I just wanted to get it through to you so you understand,
Oh,
not because
God.
I think like because I knew I didn't want you to think like
You're mansplaining.
mansplaining, or I also didn't want you to think like I think you care so much about 20
Oh,
bucks.
yeah.
You know, like I was
Oh
like,
my God, I know,
it's
Robert-
not about the 20.
No,
I know,
yeah.
Like I'm like, but I want you to understand.
And that was
just
something
so
that
you
I was also
understand.
like, fuck, they probably think I'm a cheap ass.
No,
like, I don't
I
really
knew
give a
that.
fuck.
Yeah,
It's not, I would have given you guys, I was literally going to just leave my chips there, you know? But I was like, how is this mathing? Like, this is so.
I just wanted to get it through to you because
You-
I knew, like, I was like, I
Yeah.
don't want her to think like.
It felt
I
like-
think she thinks we think
can-
you want the money.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'm like, I know it ain't about
Yeah.
the money. You just want to know.
Understand what
You
the
know,
fuck's
yeah.
happening. And then it was like one of those moments where like you're spelling a word that's easy as hell, and then you're like, is this how you spell that word? Like that's how it felt. Like I was like, I could not get out of the
Yeah.
cycle of like, but wait.
But you do officially understand.
Oh,
right?
I get it.
You're completely-
100%. I never gave anyone money ever. So why would that they give me $20 back? Yeah.
Right.
exactly.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, I was very happy about
Yeah,
winning.
you were killing it. I hate losing.
I know, me too. That's why I was like,
Even when it's like $6, I'm like, God,
I know. It's so shitty.
it's just the losing part that we hate.
It's so when I win, I'm like, let's keep going.
God,
Yeah. And
basketball, it's been bad.
it has. Your
Yeah.
team?
Yeah, we've been.
You guys need
We
us
started
there?
off
or?
3-1, and then we lost the last 3 games. So now we're fucking 3-4. And last game, I finally bounced back somewhat, but like the 2 prior games before that was like
No bueno.
like the worst probably I've ever played in my life. Yeah, when it comes to like in a game that's
Right.
recorded, like
Yeah.
I'm sure in middle school I've
Yeah.
had a worse. Who knows?
Yeah.
But
That's
talking about,
that's
like,
okay.
ABL.
You know, maybe
no, it's
you need some support Maybe we'll come to a game or two, see what happens.
Yeah.
Speaking of basketball, the playoffs, man, they're good this year. I'm
really
digging
good.
these playoffs. I really am. And like all those, like the play-in teams who are winning, like Miami beating Milwaukee.
Dude, Miami, that's crazy.
Good for them,
Yeah, I'm
man.
happy for them. I love the underdog
Yeah.
story.
And Jimmy Butler, like, he's such a character to me. So, like, you don't like him?
I love him.
Oh yeah.
I'm shaking my head like,
yeah. He's such a character. And I think that, like, he truly cares so much about the game. Like, you can just see it, like, point blank.
Yeah.
You know? The story about how the coach was writing up the play and he was like, let me be the guy.
Yeah,
Did you hear about that?
Yeah.
I love that. But yeah, I think
He's
it's
a
so
dog.
exciting. And so we have the Lakers tonight and the
Can't wait
Warriors.
to watch that game.
The Warriors-King matchup.
Warriors, man, I'm so sick of them.
You're sick of them?
I'm so sick of them. Like,
I know, because they
you know how
should.
bad I want the Kings to win?
They shouldn't be winning this series, to be quite honest. Like, they should be. You know,
They
Stephen
just
Curry's
got,
on their
you know
team.
what they got? Someone said it. I think Shannon Sharp said it. They got the heart of a champion.
Yeah.
They just know what it takes to
win. Yeah.
They're champions. They know and they still like got like the passion for it. Like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They want it.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah.
Like,
I know.
and it
Because I
just
feel
makes
like
me
they
sick.
always have, like, not a chip on their shoulder, but like some type of thing to prove to people.
Well, no one's giving Steph. Don't get the. Listen, everybody know. Like, people will say Steph's the best shooter ever.
Right.
And that's unanimous.
Yeah.
There's nobody that questions that. Everybody knows for a fact.
Right.
It's not like Jordan LeBron, who's the best. No.
No,
Everybody
we know
knows
it's Steph.
is the best shooter. But, like, he deserves more credit than that. Yeah. He deserves more credit than just the guy won 4 fucking championships.
Dude, that's I know.
But 2 without Durant.
Exactly. And, you know, I think I still think, like, the Durant part is, like, affecting them. Like, not them, but, like, the Warriors as a legacy. Like, I feel like people still, like, will always, like, use that against them, you know?
But the good thing is you can't use that against them because
He
they
won.
won before him.
Yeah. And they won
And
after.
they won after him.
And their win last year was, like, I feel like that was icing on the fucking cake.
That's what I'm saying.
Because
That's
no
why I'm
one
sick of them now.
yeah,
Like,
no
enough
one
now.
expected them,
Enough.
yeah.
Enough
But it's
winning.
so good.
No,
It's
fuck
so
them.
good.
So sick of them.
I personally will never be sick of Stephen Curry. You guys know that.
Mm.
And the thing is like, I have not been keeping up with, like, basketball this year at all.
Mm. But
And
you've been watching the playoffs?
I've been watching the playoffs, yeah.
Good.
But I haven't been keeping up. I've been keeping up with the Warriors. I always keep up with the Warriors and, like, who's in, who's out, whatever.
Right.
And I didn't think that they would be able to beat the Kings this year because they've all been out at separate times, so they haven't been able to play together really.
Mm.
But now they're...
But that's a good news when you have a team that's played together for years.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Especially your core guys.
Yeah.
The Kings, though, I still... Before the series started, I genuinely thought the Golden State Warriors were going to
win.
Now. Only because, like I said, they have the
experience, the drive, yeah.
And it's not. It's one thing to like they have like the craziest amount of experience.
Yeah.
But the Sacramento Kings have absolutely zero.
None
Like,
at all.
When's the last time they made the playoffs? 20
Exactly.
years?
Yeah.
Something
Yeah.
like that, right?
That was the first playoff. Oh. Oh my God! I answered my dad's phone.
I
and
was
he's been
wondering,
talking to
dude. I was wondering what that sound was. I hope you're right.
Oh my God! My dad called me and I accidentally answered on my watch, and he's been talking. And I thought you had a video playing.
Well, I thought it was you, and I'm like, no, your phone's sitting right there.
Dad, I have to go. I'll call you guys back. It's just so fun to watch, though. It really is. The best part about this is what I say, Kings first playoff win in 20 years, yeah, or something like that, or like they make which is like crazy, but they just need more experience, that team. I feel like to win, but who knows? I mean, there's still a few more games. We'll see tonight.
They play 7:30.
Yeah, maybe.
Because Lakers play 10:30.
10:30, yeah. So then it has to be 7:30.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see tonight. I really hope the Warriors win, but at the same time, I wasn't expecting them to. Like, I didn't put like all my
eggs in their basket.
Yeah, I mean, my eggs are in their basket, but like if they crack, it's okay.
Right,
you know. So like whatever. But now I'm like, oh, I want them to win.
So it would be nice if Golden State wins, because do you know who they play?
The Lakers, right?
Oh, well, if the Lakers win tonight, they'll play each other.
Yeah, which is like that's
awesome.
Amazing. We want to see. We haven't seen Steph and LeBron in so long.
Yeah.
Like, why would we not want that?
I want to see that. And then let's say if, God willing, the Lakers beat the Warriors, then it's going to be LeBron and KD,
Yeah.
most likely.
Yeah, which is.
We haven't seen LeBron and KD play head-to-head in like 4 years.
Are you joking?
Did you know that? They've always missed each other.
You're lying.
Yeah, because when like KD was injured for like a whole year, right?
Right.
Then he was injured like another half year. So when the Lakers played Brooklyn, KD was injured. And then say when Brooklyn came to LA, LeBron was injured.
Yeah.
They only played each other 2 times a year since
Right.
LeBron came to the Lakers, and then Durant went to Brooklyn.
Yeah. Wow.
And they haven't played each other, I think, since the finals.
Oh,
Since that last finals. I think it's the last time, dude.
We can fact check it.
It's
been a while.
It's been like 3 seasons.
Wow.
So.
Well,
Maybe
I'd love
not
to see
4
that.
years, maybe not 4 years, but 3 years.
I'd love to see that then. Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens, but I'm just it's a really good playoffs, and if you aren't watching and you're a basketball fan, you should be, because I feel like people hate on the NBA a lot.
A lot of people hate on the NBA. A lot of my friends too.
Which just what?
Well, if you don't like it, don't like it.
Yeah.
You don't gotta hate on it.
Yeah.
The fuck,
Exactly.
you know what
Yeah.
I mean? But
it's been an exciting playoff.
They also broke they didn't break any records, but this first round of the playoffs, the ratings are the best it's been in like 10 years.
Really?
Yeah. So that's good news.
Yeah,
I was happy about that.
I saw a crazy fact. It was like the NBA has brought in however many. It's like a crazy amount of viewers for 4 like there was 4 games that have a crazy amount of views in the NBA. And Stephen Curry's in every single one of those games.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's just like he really.
Was LeBron in all of them?
I don't think
is it
so.
not the finals games?
I don't think so. I don't remember it. Well, I don't. It's like one of those fucking Instagram quick facts.
Right.
Who knows if it's even true? Yeah. But yeah, I really love Stephen Curry, and I feel like, did you see what he fucked up the other day with that timeout? Oh yeah, we talked about it.
Yeah. Oh my
How he
God.
fucked up the timeout. He's like, yeah, I just like. He's like, I didn't realize we
I
lost.
did a great play.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not gonna lie. I thought I just made the play of my life.
Yeah, the smartest play.
The smartest play. Yeah, and he was like, but it's crazy because even somebody at that caliber, how he was like, it's just an opportunity for us to like grow and learn and realize how like important the little details are. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's crazy. Yeah.
No, I remember that. I was so happy.
When he did that.
Yeah, because I was like, hell yeah, like
The Kings,
sick when I was gonna win.
Yeah.
And, it would have been Steph Curry's fault.
It would have been Steph Curry's fault. Yeah.
Imagine the blame he would have got.
Clay Thompson was walking into the locker room. He was like, Steph, Weber, Curry. Did you hear that?
Yeah. I didn't see that, but that's funny.
Yeah. And that's in reference to a time that Chris Webber called timeout when they didn't have one.
Idiot.
But they lost that game.
Yeah, they lost that game.
Yeah. But luckily he wouldn't be making that joke if they lost that game,
Right.
But yeah. We have more to talk about. So something I thought that you would like to talk about is the moon mission. We're going back to the moon. Have you heard about this?
Are we?
Confirmed 4 astronauts going back to the moon, but they're going around it.
Okay. With space, they're gonna orbit it.
Yeah.
With SpaceX, is it that's doing it?
They're doing. I think it's NASA.
It's NASA.
It's NASA, and then also whatever the NASA is for Canada. They're doing it together.
Okay.
Yeah. So then I also looked into why we've never been back, and somebody said because of resources and also priority or something like that. Like we don't need to go back. And I was like, okay, well, or you never went.
Yeah, right. I don't know, dude. I don't know. Well, I do know one of the, I used to know his name, and it pisses me off on things like this because it makes it sound like
you don't know what
I
you're
don't know what
talking
the
about?
fuck I'm talking about.
It's
but
okay.
He was like one of the top engineers in NASA. So I could play the video, but yeah, I'll just play the video.
Play the video.
I'd go to the moon in a nanosecond. The problem is we don't have the technology to do that anymore. We used to, but we destroyed that technology, and it's a painful process to build it back again.
When you said that just now.
So he's a NASA astronaut, it says there on the title.
Okay.
And his name's Don Pettit. But why would you destroy the technology?
Maybe they didn't mean to. Maybe it was just like.
But to me, it's like one of those things like that's the number one. That's like the best thing the human race has ever accomplished.
Right.
Safeguard it, dude.
Right.
Like You
I
destroyed
wonder-
the technology,
but
like,
maybe
what
it's
did you
like-
do? You deleted the file, and
But
it was
maybe
on
it's
one
like
laptop?
going to space and then coming back, like the actual stuff, like the spaceship or whatever it was.
I don't fucking know, right? But my thing is like, if you were able to do that fucking 40 years ago, 50,
We should be
whatever
able
that
to
was,
do it now.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So who knows? But,
Yeah.
Like, did we go? Did we not go?
Yeah. If we didn't go, that would be very upsetting to learn.
Well, there's so many things. Okay, so like this is the one thing. Maybe we went, right? They put out fake shit to make it more like interesting,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like they're like, oh damn, like we don't actually have photos of us on the moon. Let's doctor some photos
So yeah.
so we could actually print something, put it in the newspaper,
Right.
so people could get a visual of it. You know, like, hey, we actually did go. You know, like let's say you're the head of NASA or whatever, the government. You're like,
We need
damn,
proof
like,
that
we
we
actually
went.
did
Yeah.
We actually did go. But let's get like, we don't have no photos. Like
Right.
the cameras didn't work out in fucking space,
Mhm.
or they got destroyed when we passed the last layer of the atmosphere from the heat radiation or whatever.
Right.
So like, I can understand that.
Mm-hmm.
But then you see all the things where the president at the time was like on the phone, like on the landline.
With
He
the
was on-
astronauts?
Yeah, he was on a landline talking to the astronauts. Like imagine being on your home phone, but a home phone is a landline.
I
you
know.
It's
That's
gonna-
why I'm confused.
there's literally video of him like talking to astronauts on a landline. So that's the things like that. So is that just for like theater, but they actually did go?
Huh.
You know what I mean? Like did they go, but they just want to spice it up, make it
Yeah.
more interesting?
Every time I think about the moon landing, I think about Prince Philip from
Okay, why?
because so I watched The Crown, the show on Netflix about the royal family, and when they went to the moon, he was watching it on his little TV, and he like could not get over it. He thought it was the most amazing thing, and then he felt like shit. Like he had like a kind of like a little meltdown about how he's done nothing for like the human race and like
Oh,
whatever.
really?
I don't know if this is like factual or like historically true, but on the show that's what was happening. And
Right.
yeah, and he like then he wanted to invite
The astronauts?
the astronauts to come, and like he met them and he was like, thank you and whatever. It was like this big story. But I mean,
Who's the first one to walk? Was it Neil Armstrong?
yeah.
He was the first one to walk on the moon.
Yeah.
And, who
And
else
then
was he with?
Buzz
Buzz Aldrin?
Buzz Aldrin.
Yeah, so there was this funny TikTok I saw where it's like like all the astronauts agreed like we're all going to step out together.
Mm-hmm.
But Neil Armstrong just said fuck y'all and like went out on his own and said, you know, wanted
Yeah,
all the
because
credit
like why would he be the first?
yeah,
Why
that's
would
kind of fucked up.
that is? They should have just floated off together.
Yeah.
You know, because they float there,
He
right?
wanted all the credit.
Do they float a little bit there, right?
Yeah, like there's still
Like,
gravity.
they're like this.
But there's
They're like
it's-
hopping a little, right?
You weigh like say here I weigh say 190 on the moon I'm gonna weigh fucking 50 pounds.
Right. Right.
Or maybe 70 pounds. I don't know what the rate is.
Right.
difference,
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah.
I would love to go to like a non-gravity place. That would
I'm
be
sure you
so
can.
fun. There's
Like
yeah,
zero
there's
gravity. Like,
yeah. That'd be
Yeah.
fun to float around.
It's
What-
crazy shit, dude. My whole life I've wanted a telescope.
You never had a telescope?
No.
We had one. I don't think I ever like Robert used it, but I don't think I ever actually like looked through it because I was young. But we had one. I don't know how good it was
I
either.
want it pretty good. I looked into it a couple years ago.
How much is it? Do you know?
Well, obviously there's ones that are like fucking $5,000 and there's ones that are 100, you know? So, but I was like doing a bunch of research, but there's like certain lenses and like,
Yeah.
the diameters
Mhm.
to the lenses or whatever that
Mhm.
matter. And like, there's ones like, say for example, you could buy for like $700, but they're like, hey, if you're just like randomly looking for fun, like they'll tell you the distance this can go. Like, oh, you can only see this far. You know, they're like, so this one you might outgrow in a year.
Mm-hmm.
So you just spent $700 for no reason.
When you could spend
You know,
$1,400
or spend
and
$1,400 and get one that you can look like just a little bit further or whatever.
hmm
I don't
Yeah.
fucking know. I'm gonna get one though.
They're
One day.
cool. I want to. It's crazy that we have something on Earth that can like look that far out too.
Mhm.
Like we can see the moon and see like the shapes in it, or the craters, whatever.
Yeah.
Do you, when you look at the moon, do you see a face in the moon?
No.
You don't? Oh my God, no one does besides me.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when I look at the moon, I can see like where the eye is and then where like the mouth is. If it's like,
I'm gonna take a look.
yeah,
Take a look next
maybe
time.
I just like do it with my own eyes. I like make it out to be whatever. But like every time I look at the moon, it has like a different face. I'll be like, oh, it's smiling tonight, or oh, it has like
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna look.
I always do. Everyone should look. It's fun.
You know the dark. You know it's pretty crazy. We've never seen the other side of the moon.
The dark side.
The dark side of the moon.
I know. It's wild.
It's pretty wild. Like it's in perfect synchronization.
You know what's crazy is when you think about like how there's stars underneath us.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
ew,
Yeah,
ew,
right?
ew. It actually freaks me out that we're just floating.
Wow, that's pretty crazy to think about.
It's fucking weird.
So that actually reminds me. There was one. Okay, we're in North America, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's say we're in Canada, just to make it more like we're on the top part.
Yep.
Right? Let's say we're in like a northern part of Canada,
Okay.
and someone's in fucking Chile.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then you got the satellite out here, right? If the satellite zooms in, and I get it, the Earth's on an orbit, or the Earth's on an X, or on a
Tilt.
it's tilted, whatever. But just hear me out. If you zoom in from the satellite to Canada, like the people will be upright, right? But if you zoom in on the bottom,
I know what you're saying.
Shouldn't they be upside down?
It should be like
Yeah,
this.
shouldn't they be
But
upside-
because of gravity. But like I know, no, you're
But
saying
you
they
get
should.
what I'm saying?
They should be upside down because of gravity. Like we're
They're
all.
not upside down, obviously, but like, if couldn't you zoom in from the satellite and like show people upside down?
That people are like this.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Shouldn't you be able to do that?
Wait, yeah, you should.
Right? Am I that?
I hope that people can understand what we're trying to say though, because like, okay, so the Earth is a sphere.
Globe.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, a sphere. Yeah.
And if somebody is at the North Pole, they're standing upright. But if somebody is at the South Pole, they're not upside down because of gravity. Like they don't feel upside down, but they
Should be. Yeah, or if you want to go, the other way, you can go west to east.
Yeah, like we should
Like,
be
some
like
people should be on
standing
their
on
side.
a
Yeah.
like not like we shouldn't be, but we should be able to see
that
from the satellite.
from outside of Earth.
Yeah.
From outside of Earth when you zoom in. Right?
Yeah, wow, interesting. Very good point. Very good point. Space is so weird. I'm never gonna understand it. Understand it. Oh, it makes me feel sick to my tummy, to be quite
man,
honest.
I don't fucking know, dude. And then like light speed
And like relativity, like how like you can like how on Earth time moves at a different rate, you know?
yeah. What's up
Like-
with that?
like
I
how
don't get that.
well that's how I understood relativity. Like that's from that Matthew McConaughey movie. What is
Yeah,
it?
I love that shit.
What is it?
Yeah, it's not the one that's
Interstellar.
An eye.
Interstellar.
Oh, is it
Mhm.
Interstellar? Yeah.
Yeah.
The one where he's pushing the bookcases and
Yeah.
the books.
Yeah. Well, because
No.
how he's his same like age, but then or not his same age, but yeah, he's his same age because like time hasn't passed as fast as it did on Earth,
Because
and then
he's closer to a black hole.
right,
Right.
yeah, it's just
Black holes are insane, huh? That's a crazy.
it's a dead star, right?
Yeah, like it's created like from a dead star. A star dies and then a black hole like appears or whatever, and then it's just like a teaspoon of a black hole weighs as much as the Earth. Did you ever hear that?
How do you know that?
That's what I'd say, but that's what they say.
Okay.
You know, you just get sucked into it. I don't fucking know. And Matthew McConaughey went into the black hole, didn't
And
he?
yeah.
And that's how he went into a different dimension and he was able to like.
Yeah,
pop through
and
his
that's why
memories and
I've always been so scared of black holes. That's why. Not because of Matthew McConaughey, because of being sucked into something. Like that's why I think I'm very afraid of tornadoes, because I don't like the idea of something like
taking control and
sucking me in and then like spinning me around town.
spinning you around,
Yeah.
throwing you around.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I'm glad not to be an astronaut, to be quite honest. I like being on Earth. Whether I'm upside down or right side up.
I heard where was it on? Doesn't matter where I heard it, but what if we are the aliens? As in we're like our species is actually from a different planet, you know?
Keep talking.
And say the planet the human race is originally from went to shit, And then we all escaped or whatever, or like the NASA program on that fucking planet built a fucking spaceship that brought us here, and then now we're here. And then now thousands of years later, boom, it's just...
Who knows? Who fucking knows?
You know? Because, like, you watch these movies where they're like... Where people wake up, like, in a fucking hyperbaric chamber, you know? And then they're like...
How did I get here?
They're like, oh, like, who am I? Whatever, you know? And they're like, oh, like, you were born 17 years ago on home planet Earth, but it burned to hell, so you and 20 others are sent on this mission to go to you're on track to go to this new planet.
Right.
And you have all the resources that you need.
The only thing is... And
you guys have to repopulate, you know?
Yeah.
And then it starts from, like, that 20. What if that happened here?
Yeah, but we didn't have any, like, technology or resources.
No,
or like...
but we did, though.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Because of the fucking pyramids
the
or whatever.
Pyramids and shit like that. And then I saw something else. There's different... I don't know if it has to do with the pyramids. Maybe it wasn't like in the pyramids, but like there's other structures like around the pyramids, right? Like that was a whole city or whatever at the time. There's like drill holes, and like there's like sharp marks that only tools can make. Like there was no technology that we could point back to at that time that could make those things. Like drill holes, like where like now you would need like a fucking...
Yeah, the pyramids
like
don't make sense unless they had technology.
That's what I'm saying. So like what if... And then we lose the technology or something happens or...
A meteor.
Yeah, some shit.
Yeah.
Right?
We could take it back to like that guy talking about we destroyed what we had to go to the moon. Maybe they destroyed
something
with it, you
like
know,
that.
like
right.
you know, like who knows? Yeah. But I guess that's supposed to...
It's overwhelming.
It is overwhelming. It really is. But the moon mission is supposed to happen in 2024. I think like late 2024.
Okay, so we're just going to orbit it?
I think we're just orbiting it. I was very disappointed. Yeah, right? I was disappointed to hear that, but...
What happened with the Tesla car? You know there's a Tesla car just floating in fucking space?
There's an alien driving that bitch right now.
Yeah. I wonder where it is.
I do too. Do they track it?
I wonder if we lost... No, we used to have... There was footage.
A video?
Yeah, there used to be like footage of it. Where like you could like go to the website and
look at it.
Watch it.
Interesting.
But it's definitely in just like a black void.
Ew,
like right now.
How gross. How crazy.
But imagine looking back at the Earth.
Oh my God. Okay, so this is making me think about, okay, so right now that's happening out there in outer space while we're doing this. Do you ever think about like LeBron James is living his life right now and is doing something right now? Like, it's so weird.
Right.
I used to do that for Justin Bieber all the time. Like, I used to sit in my house and just think, like, Justin Bieber is doing something right now. Like, what is he doing?
Like right now, yeah, he's probably laying down with his feet up, searching for something on Netflix.
Yeah, you know, like...
Haley in the kitchen.
Like, it's weird.
That's sexist.
It's just weird to me that... It's not weird, but I always used to do that, and it would, like, fuck up my mind a little bit to think, like... There is like that's their reality versus like mine. Like my reality with them is like they're just on my screen or like a magazine.
Just when you see, right.
You know, it's just wild, wild. That's relativity for you.
Yeah.
We're looping back. Okay, so to close out, I have somebody. I was watching a TikTok and somebody said some common phrase, and I was like, where the fuck did that phrase come from? Like, you know, common phrases like, can't have your cake and eat it too, which is the dumbest thing. Like, why do you have cake if you don't want to eat it, you know?
Yeah,
you should be able to
I never liked that phrase.
I've always hated that phrase so much. But so I looked up common phrases and, like, the origins of them.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought this would be fun for us. Okay, so this is from BuzzFeed.
Once again, don't let me forget the video. We'll close off
we'll close off with the video, okay. A sight for sore eyes. A writer, Jonathan Swift, probably most famous for Gulliver's Travels, used the phrase in the 1700s, the quote, "The sight for you is good for sore eyes." That one I understand, because if you have sore eyes and you see something nice, then it, like, helps the eyes, right? That's what that means, a sight for sore eyes, or is that...
It's a sight for sore eyes.
You're a sight for sore eyes. Like, that's a compliment to you.
Yeah.
So it means, like, my eyes are sore, but when I look at you...
They
like,
feel better.
They're better.
Yeah. They feel better.
That's sweet. Okay.
You're soothing them. You're soothing my eyes.
Bite the bullet. Okay. Sometime between the 18th and the 19th century, the expression originated from outdated medical practices, especially for soldiers. Back in the day, to distract patients, since anesthesia was not a thing yet, doctors would have them bite down on a literal bullet.
Dang.
But when you like bite the bullet, I bit the bullet and I bought that thing, right? Like that's how you would use that.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, because like
you're just like
you were questioning on buying. Yeah, you're just like
anticipation. You got rid of the anticipation, right? Because like when you're sitting in the hospital and they make you
or it's
bite
more
a bullet.
like you shouldn't buy that thing because you got to pay rent the next day.
Yeah,
and you're
but
like, I bit the bullet. Like I had to fucking do it. Like so I just like shut my eyes and I did it anyway.
Oh, I feel like
thing,
yeah, but
right?
I feel like it's like more of a like I didn't even think about it. I just did it. It's to get rid of the anticipation because like we just got to bite the bullet and do it. Because like if there's a doctor about to like stick something like a something in your arm and you need to like bite the bullet, you're doing something to distract you from like the anticipation of it.
Do it quick.
And just do it, yeah. Right? If we're wrong, whatever. Hands
no, you're
down.
Right, for sure. Hands down.
Yeah. Like
Yeah, hands down. Hands down, best sandwich I've ever ate.
Okay, yeah. Dating back to the 19th century, the phrase refers to horse jockeys loosening their grip on the reins when they're I hit a burp. Should I keep that in?
Yeah.
Dating back to the 19th century.
Excuse you? That was fucking rude.
Whatever. I didn't say excuse me. Sorry. Sorry. The phrase refers to horse jockeys loosening their grip on the reins when their horse had a strong lead in the race. Giddy up.
Whatever. I like that though, hands down.
I like saying like hands down the best, like you said, sandwich in my life. Yeah. But this one I think is saying like, I don't know, whatever, fuck it. Crocodile tears. I've never heard this.
I've heard that.
When do you use that?
Crocodile tears are like fake tears.
Okay. So it says the phrase originated from the belief that crocodiles cry, but the tears produced by crocodiles are not emotionally driven. I assume who verbally used this phrase first was a sassy individual. I like that, crocodile tears.
Yeah.
I'm going to start using that when I watch like reality TV shows.
I've never used that once in my life.
No. Cat got your tongue. With the least clear origins of the bunch on this list, some believe it's related to ancient Egyptians cutting out tongues and feeding them to cats. Ew. While others believe it originated from flogging crew members aboard vessels. Okay. That's not a very nice one. Caught red-handed. I feel like this one's kind of obvious. Caught red-handed is referred to being found with blood on your hands after they committed a crime. Pretty simple. Waking up on the wrong side of the bed. This one's actually interesting. A Roman superstition. Positive forces a weight on the literal right side of the bed. However, if you get out of bed on the left side, that's some bad energy right there.
Make Nicolette switch sides of the bed with me now.
Yeah, right?
Waking up on the wrong side of the fucking day.
Can't hold a candle. This is actually one that I was thinking about recently. Like, can't hold a candle to that or whatever.
Yeah.
This one dates back to the 17th century, and its meaning is related to one's incompetence. Oh, interesting. The saying,
yeah, like you would say, like, oh, Stephen Curry couldn't hold a candle to LeBron.
Right, yeah. Not true. The saying...
It's law.
Okay. That's a theory. The saying... Actually, I don't know if it is. The saying came from talking about an apprentice who was not even skillful enough to hold a candle for his master. In short, they are worthless as that apprentice.
You know what I was just thinking about? I think it was Andrew Schultz stand-up where he said, oh, in Egypt, everyone's questions like, who built the pyramids? Who built the pyramids?
Mm-hmm.
But he's like, there's pyramids in Mexico too, but no one's questioning where those pyramids came from.
Yeah, I saw that. That's Andrew Schultz?
Andrew Schultz. I fucking
love
him.
That's really funny.
And it's funny because that day I was listening to like his podcast, and he said like all like he's like, you ever see like a Mexican crew working? He's like, they're always so happy. Mm-hmm. I'm literally driving home from work, and there's it's like a Mexican crew like that my association hired like for the lawn or whatever. They were like gardening and putting all the flowers and shit for the spring, and there's like 8 of them. My windows are down. It was like a beautiful day that day. It was last week. And they're all like cracking up, dying, laughing, joking around, you know? So I go inside and I was like, man, those workers out there, I tell Nicolette, I'm like, they're just happy as fuck. Like,
yeah.
I'm like, they're literally like dying laughing, cracking up outside. She's like, literally 2 hours ago, like I went to Target, came back. She's like, they were dying laughing both times when I left and came back.
Aww.
She's like, they were like, so that means the whole day.
That they've just been having a good time.
All day, you know?
Yeah. I wonder why, though.
Well, obviously, who knows? But, like they're genuinely, you know how people say like, don't wake up and say like, I have to go to work.
I get
say
to.
like, I get to go to work.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they believe they're like, they mean that shit.
Yeah,
you
definitely.
know? They're
yeah.
genuinely happy. Not to put them in a box.
No,
you know,
no,
but,
no.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
But their culture
Yeah.
is like that. Same with like our like the Albanian culture. Like my dad is fucking blessed. Like he looks at it like a blessing to go to work.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
his whole life because from where he came from.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Just a few more here. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Don't throw the baby out with the bath water.
Yeah, have you ever heard of that one?
No, I feel like I've heard it, but I have no idea how.
Can you infer for what it means?
Don't screw the pooch.
It says hang on to the valuable things when disposing unnecessary ones.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
During
Why
the
fuck?
don't throw out the baby. During the 1500s, many people only bathed once a year. Baths usually consisted of a big tub filled with hot water. The whole family used to use the same bathing water, and the man of the house were allowed to use the clean water first, followed by the other males in the house. Shocker. Women and babies were last. The water must
They
have
should
been
go from cleanest to dirtiest. Whoever's the cleanest gets to use it first.
very true. Yeah, that's true. The water must have been extremely cloudy and thick by the time the babies were washed, and therefore the children's mothers had to take special care to not throw them out with the dirty bath water. Okay, well, just take them out first and then empty the bath water. How about that? All right. Well, those are those fun common phrases.
Cool.
Oh yeah, the video. We're gonna close out with the video that Samir received while we were recording.
Bacon in your body? The worst thing you could put in your body.
I love hog.
It's fried fat.
I eat everything on the pig except the squeal.
I fucking love Shannon Sharp.
Yeah, he's
He's
really
a treasure.
funny. He
He's
really
a fucking
is.
national treasure. I swear to God.
I don't watch him enough.
I listen to him every fucking day.
Really?
Well, 5 days a week.
Robert does too. Every day when he's getting ready, I can hear from like my bathroom is
Skipping
that
Shannon.
on. Yeah, while he's getting
every
ready.
fucking day.
Yeah. Anyway, good to be back.
Yep.
If we flake again,
We're just gonna do it when we want to do it. For
deal
real.
with it.
Straight up.
Deal with it. This was also kind of all over the place, so we appreciate y'all hanging
Yeah,
on.
it really was.
But it was fun. So we'll see you guys
Yeah, we'll
whenever
do our
we see
best
you.
editing it. So
Yeah. All right. Love you.
love you guys.
Peace.
Bye.